Right, looking at part two, this is where you're being given the diagrams and you have to work out what the shape actually looks like. This is quite hard to explain in great detail. I'll give you some strategies for it, but it's just a case of practicing and then just being familiar with your improving your spatial visualization if you struggle with it. So first strategy is, well, first of all, you need to look at what paper we've been given. We don't have normal square paper. These are grids, so have a go at maybe drawing what a cube would look like if that's the side of a cube, that's the other side, that's the top, so you can see that's what a cube might look like. You might extend that by drawing a line like this and saying we've got two cubes. You might extend it further. Being able to do this is quite a skill, so you might assume you can do it just by watching me, but this is actually going to be quite hard for you to do unless you practice it. So again, this is a cube in a different orientation, or a cuboid in this case, two cubes. So you can see that might be the front, or you might have a cuboid like this, or just let's stick with a cube. So that might be the front. We might extend that. We might connect these together. So it's worth having a play around on the sheets that you have using this isometric paper. Now let's focus on how we can actually draw a shape when you've been given certain information. Now you've been told according to this diagram that you've got essentially like a square with a rectangle on the side. So we're going to try to draw that. So we've got 2 units high, 2 units along. So this is what we've just done, is we've just kind of done a rough outline of that square there. Now then it goes down, and then there's 2 cubes on the side there. So that is your front, and we're going to draw an arrow making sure that we know that's the front. Now we can see from the plan view that this is 2 cubes deep, so it's kind of going to look like that. And then from the side view would be from here. We can see that there is a line drawn in the middle of that, so there is going to be a step change in the height, and this is indeed what we were expecting. So this is your sketch of your shape. So the animation is a bit clearer, so I'm just going to rub this off so you can watch that if that helps you a bit better. So first thing you want to draw is your front view. Now in this case you don't have to worry about any of the cubes being recessed, because there's no, for example, there's no line drawn across here, in which case we might have to consider whether the top cubes are closer or further away. And then you got your 2 cubes deep, and then just connecting this up. You do not need to color it in, but there's your shape. Okay, this one is a tricky one. I'm going to plan to make proper videos on plans and elevations at some point, which I'll share separately. This is just the slides that I have at the moment from the department. So first thing you want to do is draw the front of the shape. Now you'll notice there's 2 lines there, so that means that the top 2 cubes, we'll just call it cube 1 and cube 2, they're either closer or further away, we don't know. So let's just draw the base. We've got the 1x3 base. It's going to look like that. So that's what we've just drawn here. Now in terms of the side, the plan view, we can see it's 2 cubes deep. So what if you imagine that's the front, because we know it's 3 cubes along, that's the front. Well, it's 2 cubes deep, so we're going to draw this. We're going to see what happens now. Actually, those things here look like they're sticking out, and then from the side view it actually shows us that if we're standing here looking on, this represents cube 1 and 2, so they kind of stick out like horns. So in this case we are going to draw along, and then at this point they go up. It's going to kind of look like that. Now, this is really hard to explain. It's something that you're going to need to practice visualizing. So if you can see this, this is the top of the shape, that's the plan view. And then we've got this as your side, which is an L shape, which is what we're expecting. And then the front view, we've got 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2. So I'll let the animation just draw that a bit neater than what I've done. And pause the video and have a think about how this was drawn using the information that's been given. And then you can have a go on the sheets that I printed out for you. So you can see this is what we end up with. That's your front, the yellow side. You've got your green side, although you can't see that cube because it's covered. And then you've got your top, the plan view. Okay, that should be enough to get you started on worksheet A. I am going to do another video going through that worksheet though. But for now, that should be okay. Smash the like button. I'll see you in the next video.